All right, let's do our franchise focus. Here it is from Caleb. 17 for 36, 154 yards. He had 14 rushing yards. He had the touchdown pass to Cole Kmet, the interception on the screen pass. Bears were 10 for 17 on third down, 1 for 3 on fourth down. It was not 18's best day, but Hogue, you were liking the way he was running the offense, and I guess you were underlining during our watch along this the progress of just. I thought the best play from Caleb all day outside of the throw to Cole's when he drew him off sides and did the little 6-yard shoot at the end of the game.
But that's an important play because I think honestly, as simple as that play is, it shows you how far they've come.
Yep.
Since August. Like all the pre-snap penalties, here they are against the Super Bowl champs, drawing them offsides in a big moment. I just feel like, look, there were a lot of misconnections today. I thought Burden fell down twice or at least slipped a little bit. Don't underestimate how hard it probably was to throw the ball in that weather. Jalen Hurts was bad too at the same time. Both offenses were telling you that by the third quarter that, hey, this is just not a game where we feel like we can throw the ball a whole lot. And sometimes the elements just do that. So I thought in terms of running the offense, being in command of the offense, there's really only one. There were, I guess, two. One was the false start on Tooney, which I think that was just a clear false start, not necessarily on the quarterback or anything. And then they did have the one play where it looked like the running back went left and Caleb looked to pitch right. So maybe they weren't on the same page on that one. But overall, I thought in terms of running this offense, he continues to look more and more comfortable. Some smart heads-up plays, knowing when to run it, when to throw the ball away today. Even the first down he got with his legs towards the end of the game, he managed to do so and stay in bounds, which was huge. So I just think we're starting to see another level of quarterback play, running an offense that isn't always being reflected in the accuracy, which can still be better, and it was tough at times throwing the ball today. But if you're really paying attention to those little things that you have to do in the NFL and running this offense specifically, it is night and day from the start of the season. And you just got to accept that and understand that. And that's why I'm still optimistic that the rest of this stuff, the stuff we know Caleb can do with his arm and his special talents, will still come around. Probably most likely not click until next year. But it could still come around enough here this year that this team can do some really incredible things.
He is right on track. And, yeah, this game was a lot of the, just try not to let the passing game beat you. Don't mess it up here. 154 yards isn't anything to write home about. But at the end of the game, they still dial up that explosive play where Caleb Williams does something that very few quarterbacks can do, trailing to his left on the move, floater touchdown as he's, in stride, running backwards in stride to Cole Kmet. Like, that's just an elite throw. And so overall, we all see the accuracy that needs to get cleaned up at times. I think there's a lot of times you can point to his footwork as everybody's looking of why he can't get his accuracy to be on point with the consistency. I think it always comes down to his feet, and his feet sometimes get all over the place when he's excited to let it rip. And so to me, that's kind of the next step is the more he can settle himself and deliver the ball with calm feet, I think you'll see calmer passes, and you saw a couple of those in the fourth quarter today.
And I think people have to remember this is his second year in the NFL. We're not all the way through the season. So it's a work in progress, right? We see some great things, some things he needs to work on. But I think the one great thing that I see in him is his confidence never wavers. And I think that's the mark of some of the greatest to ever play the game, is just that confidence in themselves.
Yep.
When things aren't going perfect, you always know that deep down I can make the play when I need to. And I think regardless of how he's playing in that game, we know when the game's on the line, he's going to be that one to have that big run or big play or facilitate something to get the Bears in position to win the game. Yep. So I think that is such a good feeling because for the longest we haven't had that feeling at quarterback, that when the game's on the line, we're like, hey, they can come back and do this. And we do feel confident regardless of how he's done in the game.
Well, this is why you have to watch the games, because if I told you that for the sixth game in a row, Caleb's completion percentage was under 60, and today it was 47.2. You would have thought that they would have been 1-5 in those games, or 2-4 at best. But the reality is they've won 5 of the 6. So actually, I'm sorry. I say 5 games in a row. I'm sorry, 5 in a row for under 60. Cincinnati 58-8, 55-6 against the Giants, 50 against Minnesota, 54-3 against Pittsburgh, and 47-2 today. But the bottom line is, I thought another one of his best plays today was he had a huge run on third down where you see, I've been talking about it all year long, that to me, one of the things that surprised me is how fast he is, that he's able to outrun on that. I think that play was outrunning a safety to make it to the corner to get a first down.
And he got down in bounds. Look, who would you rather have today, though? Jalen Hurts or Caleb Williams?
Oh, Jalen Hurts was terrible.
Caleb Williams, yeah.
And that's my point. Like, even with that numbers, you can bring up those numbers. You can show me his completion percentage. Is anybody... Well, there's probably a couple, so maybe not. But seriously, no one's sitting there, like, worried about Caleb or not trusting Caleb in the fourth quarter. Is that fair to say?
No, that's
that's when I feel most comfortable with Caleb. And they got back to running the ball, and then dialed up the pass at the right time to Cole Kmet. Ben's in his bag as a play caller. Got back on track after I thought he was a little shaky there in the middle of the game. But this gets back to what I was saying last week. Like, can Caleb be better? Yes. But we're looking. It's now in the eyes of him already being an established quarterback. It's so, and the reason why we're there is because you believe in him. You don't feel nervous with him, right? At one point, Carm said the Eagles look like the Minnesota Vikings offense today.
They did,
and I thought that was a great point because like that's how bad Jalen Hurts looked at times. Like with his arm. And some of those passes coming out of his arm in that wind, I felt much better about Caleb, even though Caleb wasn't, completely accurate either. So it's just, this is the level that we've graduated to with the quarterback. That's a good thing. And yes, it's okay to still say that there are moments where he can be better.
Yeah. Well, I think the other thing too, and it was only a couple moments in the fourth quarter, but I do think it needs to be pointed out is, aside from his feet, there are times where Caleb just rifles it way too hard.
Touch. And
when he can throw with touch a little more, to me, you had a big third down conversion where he, hit over the middle. I believe it was DeAndre Swift. Help me out, Hogue. Was it Swift over the middle on that third down? Where he threw with touch.
Oh, yeah.
That was DJ Moore.
Thank you, Carm. And then, obviously, the touchdown pass as well. Like, once he taps into, knowing when to throw the changeup versus the fastball and obviously having his feet connected at all times or, as much as he possibly can, like, that's the next evolution for Caleb Williams.
Wood, any final Caleb thoughts before we take our first yip?
I mean, he's got 9 wins at this point, right? One of the winningest quarterbacks
he's playing winning football.
Yep. So I think that's all that matters, right? It's not going to be perfect every time, but wins and losses, man. And they got nine wins, so I think it's a good sign.
I think to wrap it up, to be able to draw the Eagles offside at the end and to have his moment where he's getting to do this, that just shows that he's getting it, he's feeling it, he had some fun with it. I mean, training camp was like every single day there was multiple false starts. And then you had 9 in a game this year. Was that right? And it was the number 9, whatever it was way too many. But today, that was growth right there in front of you.